decks I wanted to sideboard into Monastery Mentors. If you want to ever test against the matchup. Oh, sounds good, Jim. I'd love to play you with Robopod. You got most of this? Excellent. Let me know how it works, Full Metal. Maybe I will actually buy into it and do. There are other. You could run like Form of the Dragon. There are other enchantments you could get with the Hex Mage plus Lost Oromancer combo off of the Protean Hulk. There are other you could do. Ice Cauldron deck to set my dreams free. Let's talk Robopod for one moment, guys. I'm gonna put on the last song though, because I'm waning, I'm fading. I can feel it. Just oh man. Whew. Closing time. So when that song comes on and finishes, so will I. Be finished. Be finished. Alright, Robopod 3.65 I think is where we left off, version 2. You can take it to GP. Do it, man. Good luck. I hope it works. That's all I can really say. We can't really play this like we used to, though. We were borrowing a second Toxic. So the deck does get worse. Not a lot worse, but definitely worse. I guess we could substitute this for something like Engineered Plague I used to run. And then I started running Toxics. That's fine. Oh, this is back when I was on Nether Void. Is this the latest version, or did we change things? We made some changes. Hold up. We are on 3.7. Yeah, this is where we went with it. This is the one. Again, we'll have to do the same switch, though. That's okay. If you guys haven't seen Robopop before, this is sweet. This is the only deck in Legacy that fairly puts Grizzlebrand into play. Every other deck that's going to be utilizing Grizzlebrand is probably reanimating him or sneak attacking him into play. So this is the only one that's gonna do it fairly. I put quotes around it because I'm birthing potting into Grizzlebrand. Usually about turn 3, turn 4. Turn 3 on our nut draws. Turn 4 is more average. This is me trying to run the forces in the main. Barely. Does this deck make sense to you guys? I hope it does. If not, I'm happy to explain how it works, what it's doing, why it's awesome, why it's one of my favorite decks right now. Yeah, fairly. Fairly. Oh yes, I just came back for Robopod. That's actually the closing song though, Draft. We were just talking about it for a moment. Before I crash. Closing time. Yes, that's actual Sundering Titan and Platinum Empyrean on the board. Did those cards come in? Yes. Oh, we need to make 2 cuts. That's what was wrong with this list. That's right. Hold up. We need to make 2 cuts. Closing time. Do y'all think Burn is worth taking to Legacy? You want to play Ad Nauseam Tendril Storm? I don't think you can buy into. How proficient are you with Burn, and how willing are you to do some really cool things with your sideboard? Digital Tech Wire. Give me like 1 minute with you, and I think there's a chance. Maybe we can work something out.
Battery can't hold the charge, and reception isn't very. Take my money.
Kool-Aid donated $5. Thank you. You totally like found a way to interrupt the closing time song though. Very clever. Very clever, Kool-Aid, but I appreciate the donation. Thought Pa was banned in Modern. This is a Legacy deck. Thank you so much. I love reading what you guys write. If you didn't write anything, that's cool as well. Twitch alerts.
Shut up and take my money.
Thank you so much, Kool-Aid. I really appreciate the donation, man. All right, back to the closing time song. So we got 2 minutes and 40 seconds on closing time. So Twitch alerts. Love reading what you guys say when you donate. I love reading what you guys say. For some reason, I thought we were in Modern. We were earlier, Evans. I'm not clever. I've never been here for a donation. Oh. For Protein Hulk. Oh. Okay. Deal. Yep. I can adhere to that. Was that about the price? Was that about what we were missing? Deal, man. I'm not going to do it on stream because that's kind of boring, but I can do that right after we get... Oh, I can do it right now. I'll put my money where my mouth is. Protein. Thank you so much. Okay, I guess you really want to see the deck then. Cheapest way, I guess it'd be VR store-bought. Because we're buying 4 of them and this would knock off more than the difference, right? Just barely. We can get 4 VR store-bought. Okay. I would, but I don't play on Moto. I have Burn built for probably 2 years now. I play on X-Mage. Do you have a good sideboard plan for some of the decks in the format digital? That's what I'm worried about with Burn. You don't interact with Show and Tell. You need a way. You need to run something like, well, there are other decks you don't interact with. Eidolon's a good way to interact with Storm, absolutely. So you're cool there. But you don't really interact with Omnitel. So you need something like Ashen Rider. I would recommend Ashen Riders for your sideboard, your store-bought. Want to take me home. Yeah, Digital Wire. I mean, you need some way to deal with some of those decks. What's your Miracles plan? Burn them out before they establish countertop lock? I guess you could Power Blast or Red Blast the counterbalance. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Thanks for coming to the special, guys. Before we go off, though, I do want to show that I'm actually going to buy the Hulks. Did it! Thank you so much for the tickets, though, man. So that covers the Hulks, and we'll cover. I'll buy the rest of this. I really should be in the habit of turning off the stream when the song's over. So I just need to grab the Hex Mage. I'd have to grab 3 other arbitrary cards, like a Hex Mage, Vampire Hex Mage. I think you guys appreciate it, though, when you see me actually buy the cards. Omnitel, I have 2 Ensnaring Bridge. Omni can play around that. We typically stabilize less than 8 life. Don't have a way to gain life. Exquisite Firecraft against Miracles. Ooh, that's spicy. A Singleton Vampire Hex Mage. Maybe I can get one for cred. Yes, I can. Jay Bentham. I think the really expensive card is the Debtor's Knell. It wasn't the Hex Mage. It's the Debtor's Knell. Jay Bentham. 3 Sulfuric Vortex. I really think you just need a better sideboard plan for Omni. Omni can play around Ensnaring Bridge easily. Relatively easily. Apparently I have a new message. Somebody sent me a message. Cool. Love it when you guys write to me. I do read that stuff, by the way. I do. Vampire Hex Mage. I try to get back to your messages pretty quickly. No, Digitech Wire. Seriously. The tech I've seen from decks that don't interact with Omni in a counterspell sort of way, the way that they've been fighting Omni recently, you totally agree? If you can't get your hands on it, though, don't sweat it, man. I'm not trying to... I myself, more than a lot of people, perhaps in Legacy, or Modern for that matter, understand card availability. I do. If you don't have the card, you aren't going to buy the card, you can't get your hands on the card, run the bridges. You know, sometimes maybe they constructed their wish board incorrectly and they won't have an answer, but 99% of the time they're going to be able to break out of that bridge, and it's not a pretty sight. I just don't think it does enough. I need to figure out 2 cuts for this. Maybe a lodestone. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I can't cut any blue cards. This is tough. I don't know what else I want to cut. That's the problem, is like if you want to run the force in the main and then move all the green-black cards to the side, is you don't really... I'll figure out another card to cut eventually. Maybe it's the Massacre Worm. You don't always need it. A lot of game 1s just come down to Grizzle Daddy. I mean, sure, there are going to be some games where it's nice to have the main deck Massacre effect. Maybe we could also sideboard the Massacre Worm. Maybe. And then I guess the first thing to go would be the Engineered Plague. Or maybe an Abrupt Decay, I'm not sure. Maybe the extra Lodestone? I kind of like it, though. Not sure. Anyway, I'll tune it. Do I take tick donations? Absolutely I do, Full Metal. That is honestly how a lot of my donations happen. Also, I didn't ask you, Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, would you like to be on the... I always forget to ask you guys. Would you like to be on the donors panel? I bet you would. Everybody loves having their name immortalized on the stream. Well, as close to immortal as we can get. I'll put your name on here. I don't believe you've ever donated. Welcome to the team, man. Thanks for the donation. Actually, it's lowercase c. Seriously, thank you so much for the $5 for tickets and for the deck. Seriously. So we're just missing what? We're just missing for the Protein Hulk. We're just missing. I totally spelled it. Oh, I said Protein Hulk because it's kind of a joke. It's a really bad joke. I still need to grab a Debtor's Knell and a Lost Oremancer. Okay. Let's see what prices we can get for those. I think it's important though for the transparency of things. Like, you know, when I say like money goes to cards, I think it's really nice that you guys actually see that that's what it goes to. I don't pocket the money from the stream. Honestly, the stream doesn't make any money. It's technically negative money because I have had to put my own money into the decks and things. Well, these are very cheap. Let's go to I Buy Everything. Any of them. Let's do a 2-for-1. Maybe we can get the debtors off the same. Debtors now. Coming from a Miracles player. Exquisite Firecraft. The Firecraft is cool. Oh yeah, this has been tanking. Excellent, excellent. It's even lower. Oh man. I was totally exaggerating. This totally wasn't. I apologize, Kool-Aid. I thought it was that much. We weren't that far off. It was actually only about 3 tickets we were off. But thank you for the extra 2 tickets. That'll go to events, Kool-Aid. And like, it really does help when you guys donate, because I'm able to play more events for you guys. Let's go to I Buy Everything and get the Debtor's Knell and the Lost Oremancer. There are better enchantments, though. There are stronger enchantments out there. I just went with this one because I saw that it was relatively cheap. There are better... You could run, like, Form of the Dragon. You know? Form of the Dragon's really cool. This is another way to close out a game. It's cool, I figured I was giving you a little extra. Oh, okay, well... I just didn't want you to feel like you were... Okay, cool, man. You knew all the prices? Good. It's an easy way for people to get disenchanted. Is like, they're like, oh, I gave specifically so you could... And it's like, no, I didn't get the numbers right. I'm sorry. I have 4 Eidolon main. Still testing Pillar in the board. What is that called? What Eidolon was molded after? Pyrostatic Pillar, right? I'm assuming you're referring to Pyrostatic Pillar. Okay, so... I think the Debtor's Knell is going to fit right into this shell, though. Debtor's Knell. I think it's going to fit right in. I think this is probably the perfect tutor target. And if the game ever goes ridiculously long, I can just hardcast it. It shouldn't. But, it's a possibility.